PFL returns with their world tournament, and we got the big boys this time. We got the light heavyweights and heavyweights colliding. For our first bout, we have a light heavyweight fight. We got Karl Albrektsson versus Simeon Powell. But what I can say is, like I mentioned, flat-footed, a very telegraphed, very slow. You can see his cross coming from like a mile away. In his fight against Grant Neal, the first round, his jab was just kind of throwing it out there, but it wasn't really to use it to his advantage, to set up anything. As the fight progressed, he did. He also started throwing in a couple kicks, but I feel that he pivots at the heel of his foot when he throws his kicks, so it's very awkward. The guy's not athletic for sure. Grant Neal is a decent wrestler, even has some background in it, and it seemed that Neal was having a hard time. He was struggling taking Karl down. So that gives me hope that Karl at least has some decent hips, powerful guy. Simeon Powell. What can I say about this guy? He's definitely all about speed. He kind of jumps in and out, a Lyoto Machida style, but the guy has no chin. He also has a stance very much like MVP, Michael Venom Page. He leaves his front foot all the way out there, and they're very, very skinny. Pretty much they got toothpicks for legs, and he gets kicked out of stance, out of position often. As I mentioned, you throw that in with a weak chin, this guy gets clipped, barely gets touched, and he goes down. In his last fight, he was able to switch up his game though, since he was getting owned on the feet, just trading, and he implemented a clinch game. He was able to close the distance rather quickly, clinch up his opponent, and kind of work him, and eventually ended up winning a decision because of that. How do I think this fight's gonna go? I think Simeon Powell takes it. I think Simeon can definitely dance around this guy. He can definitely dance around Karl, pick his shots, be smart about it, go in and out, and claim a unanimous decision. Second fight of our main card, we stick with light heavyweights, and we got Antonio Carlos Jr., who won the 2021 PFL tournament, versus Karl Moore. Antonio Carlos Jr., also known as Shoeface. He's definitely a guy that has aged into that old man strength. His body's just thick, he's sturdy, he's strong, he's powerful, but he lacks 100% in technique. I mean, his striking is terrible. The guy swings from like his hips. Fight in the PFL, which he lost to Bilostenniy, who's like a C-level fighter. I mean, he was able to catch Bilostenniy and even drop him at one point. But even that right hand in which he dropped him, it's weird. It almost looks like a smack. A fly swatter, so to speak. And for being Brazilian and BJJ and whatnot, he was controlled. He was easily out-wrestled by Bilostenniy. On the other hand, we have Karl Moore, who fought for the Bellator vacated title. He lost to Corey Anderson, but even in a loss, this guy was able to display a lot of skills. What impressed me about Karl is that his stand-up was pretty decent. Throws 3-4 punch combinations, head kicks, you name it. At one point, even rocked Corey Anderson. Going up against Corey Anderson, we all know you're gonna have to have some amazing takedown defense because Corey's relentless with it. And although he was taken down, I was actually pleasantly surprised to see how quick he was able to get up, how he exploded. Not once did he just lay on his back and just let the time ride. He even caught Corey Anderson in a dangerous armbar. I don't know how Corey Anderson escaped from that, to be honest, but the guy's good, man. He's a threat in the feet and on the ground, off his guard. I think this is an easy win for Karl Moore. I think he has it on the stand-up. And if it goes to the ground, Poluzzi was able to dominate Karl's Jr. He lands on top or he's off his back, he's going to be able to jump up and continue the fight. I have Karl Moore winning a unanimous decision here. Third fight of our main card. We finally go to the heavyweights. We have Valentin Moldavsky versus Sergey Bilostenniy. Bilostenniy was last seen about a year ago when he fought Ivanov. And man, what a disappointing matchup that was. For a guy that's coming out of Fedor's camp, Fedor Emelianenko's camp, he has no cardio. He's big, he's bulky, and he has a lot of weight to carry. When he fought Ivanov, he started off good. I mean, both of them started off pretty decent, but it's one of those fights that after 2.5 minutes into the first round, they were both gassed. They were having difficulty keeping their hands up and trading punches because he tends to wait. He's more of a counter. As a matter of fact, one thing I absolutely loved about Bilostenniy is that he's a body snatcher. He throws beautiful combinations, 1-2s to the body, just rips you apart. Moldavsky, in his last fight, lost his trilogy fights against Linton Vassell. And I'm disappointed in him because this guy has it all. He's explosive, he's sharp with his punches, he's powerful, he can wrestle. The guy can do it all. Just look at his last fight with Linton Vassell. In the first round, I mean, this guy was firing lightning quick crosses. He actually even dropped Vassell with a left lead hook. And his wrestling. The problem with Moldavsky being in heavyweight is that he's actually a very, very small heavyweight. He has a lot of weight to carry if he's going to be wrestling these other heavyweights. And that's where he lost. Eventually, it was too much weight to carry around. At one point, this guy even threw himself back. He threw himself back, quitting. Pretty much he quit. Luckily for him, it doesn't seem like Bilostenniy is a wrestler. So it's going to be a stand-up war, and I like my chances for Moldavsky here. The quicker, more explosive fighter. I see Moldavsky being able to stop Bilostenniy. He's going to stop him in the first or second. Definitely looking forward to this matchup since both guys are fun fighters. I definitely appreciate both very much, and they're great athletes. Let's start with Rob Wilkinson, a guy who definitely knows how to use his left lead hand a lot. Great jab, great check hook, and an amazing cardio to round it all up. What I like about Rob is that he's one of those guys that stalks forward. He stalks forward, he'll keep you busy with his left lead hand like I mentioned, and is not afraid of the takedown. The guy has incredible takedown defense. I mean, just take a look at his last fight against the champion, Yakshimuradov, who's an incredible wrestler. Couldn't take Rob down. He was struggling hard to really put Rob down. And he's definitely going to get tested here against Phil Davis, who is known exactly for that. He'll go in there, he'll pump a jab, he'll throw a cross, and go for a double takedown. Phil Davis, man. He's been inactive for a little while now. Made a career towards the end of his fighting days in Bellator, and he's returning, but at 40 years old. At 40 years old, does Phil Davis still have it in him? Does he still have his cardio? Does he still have his speed? Does he still have his ability to explode with a head kick? We're gonna find out. Phil surprises me because he's very limited on the stand-up, but he's been able to get some pretty fancy KOs here. And as mentioned, he's known for his wrestling, his takedown ability, his ability to to keep you down, to control you, to work you, and submit you. One of the last fights that he had where he took a victory was against Yoel Romero. Now granted, Romero at 44, and this was years ago. Phil Davis was able to take down Romero and control him. And we know how great and powerful and a tank of a man that Yoel Romero is. Reminder, a 44-year-old Yoel Romero, but Phil Davis made it look a lot easier than any UFC fights Yoel Romero ever had. I don't know how this fight's gonna go, but I have to make a prediction here. And I'm willing to bet that Rob is gonna take this one. I think inactivity and age is definitely gonna show here in this fight. It's not a good combination, especially when you're getting up there, hitting 40. Rob is a guy, like I mentioned, marches forward, keeps you busy with his lead up hand, his jabs, his left check hook, and his amazing takedown defense. I mean, this spells disaster for Phil Davis. There's a chance that he's going to get stumped here. He's not going to be able to do anything. Now, do I see a stoppage here? No. But I think Rob's going to be able to pull off a unanimous decision win here over Mr. 1.